Hi, my name's James. I'm a 4th Dan and instructor in Shotokan Karate, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the 5 most common mistakes that I see in Kata Kihon. So Kata Kihon is the first kata that you learn as a beginner or as a white belt. It is the basic kata and it consists of only 2 moves, which is a lower block and your basic step and punch. Now this kata is the simplest kata. As I said, it only consists of 2 moves, so it's one that people typically forget. It's a kata that black belts typically either don't train in or they don't train the depth of because it is so simple. And this is where people tend to mess up. So, common mistake number 1 is the stance. Now this is on your basic Zenkutsu dash, so your front stance. So, front stance, knees over the toes, back leg is locked out. And that's where people go wrong. They tend to rush the kata and they tend to bend the knee as they step. So they're punching here, leaving the leg completely bent. Instead, you want to be pushing through, drive through the back heel and lock out as you punch. So I'll show you. So from the Gidanbarai, tend to rush through and speed through the kata rather than locking out the back leg. So instead, it should look a little bit like this. Zigzagging in and out with each move, making sure to lock out the back leg. Now the next common move is not bringing the fist all the way back to the hip. Now this is a common mistake within karate as a whole, especially for beginners. It does take a little bit of time to get used to. But as you practice your punches, our instructors teach us to make sure to pull that fist all the way back to the hip. Exactly the same principle here. You don't want to be bringing it back to the stomach. So again, same sequence of moves. From here, make sure it comes all the way back. Otherwise, it looks a little bit sloppy. It doesn't look as technical. Now the third common mistake is that people tend to rush it. And that's where the last 2 common mistakes come into play. When people rush the kata, when they put speed instead of strength into the kata, they go wrong. So if I rush through the kata, so I go from the Gidanbarai again, and I just race through it, I'm not finishing the technique. Technique over speed any day. Instead, slow it down, and from here, lock out, lock out, lock out. Finish the technique, lock out the back leg, drive the fist back, drive the fist out, and you'll complete the technique, and it looks a lot stronger as well. To apply strength, lock out the limbs, so lock out the leg, lock out the arm, finish the move. If you're cutting it short because you're trying to apply speed instead, the kata's wrong, because the technique is wrong. To apply strength, you have to have that sudden stop. So from here, it comes forward and stops. You get that full tension driving in. And again, through and drive. You'll also notice if you speed through it, your momentum will carry you forwards. Instead, you want a straight back. You can tell when somebody's rushing it because they'll finish and do their kiai, and they're usually leaning forwards or on one side because they put too much emphasis on speed. The next common mistake is the head turning. Now this is something that you can apply to all of your karate, especially in katas. It adds another layer of depth to the kata. So with Kata Kihon, you want to look first and then do your block. And then your punch. You look first and then turn and then punch. And again, look, then you step in and block and you get the point. As you can see, when you're thinking about the application of the kata, the bunkai, then you start to see where this lays. So, somebody's attacking me to the left-hand side, so I turn and I block. I punch. I don't have spidey senses, so if somebody's attacking me to the lower body or with a kick, I look first, I can see the attacks coming, and then I block, and then I finish them. Okay? it adds that depth. It shows your understanding of the kata. If I didn't use my head movement, it's an average kata at best. So from here, if I just turn and punch, turn and punch, it looks very basic. It doesn't look like it's performed. That's how beginners learn it, because they don't know any better. It looks robotic. So to make it come alive, you need to use your head to show that emotion and show that somebody's attacking you. Okay, and the last common mistake is the turn. Now this is the turn after both set of kiais. So you finish your kiai here, and you're meant to push through and block to drive your stance in. Now, what most people do, because they're taught to Mawate from here, bring the foot across and then turn, that's what they do. So from here, they bring their foot right around and then they pivot. But instead, you should drive your stance through to get power. As you can see, I could be attacking somebody's leg, putting more power into that block because I'm driving my weight through into it. Instead, I'm prone to being sweeps myself if I take that leg right around. I'm vulnerable. So instead, straight through. So that's the 5 most common things that I see within Kata Kihon that you can correct. Make sure to make these positive habits, that you correct them early on. Even if you're a black belt, evaluate yourself, see if you're doing these. If you're a beginner, make sure that you're not doing these. Try to implement them as soon as possible. The sooner you make them a habit, the better your karate will be. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well to help you empower your mind and your body. Thank you for watching.